prosecuted through 4 separate cases that have arisen at the same time in the middle of an election. What? Again, from my vantage point, I would make very different judgments and would have made very different judgments than Donald Trump. But that is a different point than saying this should be criminalized. That's where I'm at. So I'm not in this to defend
he says, I'm coming
Trump
after
or anybody
you,
else. I'm in this
after
to
me.
defend the nation.
But you've heard him say, you've heard how he said, I'm coming after you if you come after me. I mean, you've heard that, correct? Is that appropriate?
I mean, if he means that he's going to file a motion, if he means he's going to file a motion to dismiss, then he should absolutely file a motion to dismiss, which I think will be very embarrassing for the prosecutor and, frankly, very embarrassing for the entire law enforcement apparatus, if that's indeed granted.
But you don't think...
Yo, these weirdos don't get to lie like this. Like, these fuckers watch Law and Order. They know a motion to dismiss isn't always accepted. Doesn't have to be... Like, what is he talking about?
That's what he means when he says that.
I'm going to be very honest with you. I have not. You've clearly studied every word. Look, I'm going to be very honest with you, Jim. I have not read the specific tweet or social media post that you're referring to. I'm running for president. I'm looking at reviving our economy and declaring independence from China. I'm not.
Then why are you making such absolute statements? Like, this is the problem he's running into. He makes so many absolute statements for so many things.
Parsing every social media post from every one of my other candidates. But broadly speaking, my whole point is there's a difference between a bad judgment and a crime. And the moment that we conflate
a lot of crimes start with bad judgments.
That is the moment that we have a threat to liberty.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay, but you actually have to have committed a crime to be prosecuted for one. So making a very bad judgment as a politician, that's a basis for a voter to make a decision.
Are you fucking kidding me? You gotta be kidding me, dude. And that's not a mix up of words, dude. Because he continues on, keeps going good and strong. Like, he knows what he said. Because there's so many other, if you're gonna say that, you might as well just pretend like half of what he said is just bullshit. Which, I mean, yeah, it pretty much is. But, like, this motherfucker words so much, so fast. And, like, it overwhelms you. And, like, by the end of this, like, dude, I might have to do a part 2, but he's just yelling at me. I'm just like, Jesus, dude, chill. No, politicians aren't a class. No, they're people. Fuck you.
That line of reasoning that somehow you're now going to call them an allied nation selectively to push back on my vision of strategic clarity is just a farce and betrays exactly what our current posture is in the first place. What I'm bringing to our foreign policy is honesty that will advance our interests. I'm moving from strategic ambiguity to be strategically very clear that we will defend Taiwan until we achieve semiconductor independence. I expect that to happen by the end of my first term, by 2028.
But then...
Jesus Christ, okay, Dad? Fuck, I'll get on it. He doesn't know anything about geopolitics. He doesn't get it. And, like, he comes from that tech bro, like, they know better. Like, it's like those weird techno-fascists, because they're not racist, but they're techno-fascists. They're like post-humanists. Transhumanism, I meant. But they don't get it, that there's still white supremacists out here that aren't going to be down with fucking his skin. And so he's out here just screaming the fash. They're not going to be cool with it. What? He's tripping. And, like, he wants to just have, like, he doesn't understand, like, there is no, like, whatever his open policy is, like, is probably something on the lines of isolationism. I don't know what it is. Like, and he wants to change it all up. He wants to pick up ship in Ukraine, let Putin just have what from the section he has today. They're gonna fight irregardless of us for what they feel they need to fight for. There is no us barging in and negotiating war for them, bud. Like, I don't think you get this. Or are you gonna start bombing them too? So election's a year from now. He thinks he's making statements that they should have whatever today, because he thinks he can successfully navigate. Tells our allies to kick rocks. We're gonna give Russia a sizable portion of Ukraine. We're gonna dip the fuck out and say peace, and then we're gonna go to Taiwan. We're gonna be like, hey, we're gonna defend you until this year, whatever year he said. I don't remember. It's 2028, and that's until we get semiconductor independence. And after that, we're gonna dip. You guys can have fun. It's like the ultimate, like, ruthless fascist, but bitch, move. I'm gonna sit here and cradle mine and all the wreckage of what I've been doing for the 50 years. Have fun! And it's not just the wars and stuff, but it's just the trade agreements and like international trade that he made his money on, and that's like the lifeblood of the system that he wants to maintain, is the fucking global hedge money without having the global hedge money, and he thinks it's just gonna work while telling these other fucking countries you're not gonna do nothing while backing out of all of our deals.
So my foreign policy centers on weakening that alliance. That advances American interests. That is how we actually secure peace.
But you would let Putin have parts of Ukraine.
Freeze the current lines. I would freeze the current lines of control, and that would leave parts of the Donbas region with Russia. I would also further make a commitment that NATO will not admit Ukraine to NATO. But there are even greater wins that I will get from the United States in return. The top of the list. No, our goal should not be for Putin to lose. Our goal should be for America to win. That's what we have forgotten in this country, is that driving Russia into the ground is not a U.S. strategic goal. A U.S. strategic goal.
It's not our fucking war, dude. We're not in it. We're not doing it. They're doing it to themselves, you fucking idiot. They invaded. Like, they chose to invade. Like, this is so stupid. Like, you can't possibly be this confidently dumb. Like, that... Like, are we supposed to, like, tell Putin, no, stop hurting yourself? What are we doing? What are you talking about? Like, how in the world, like, and the whole thing at the end of the day is, like, you're still doing the appeasement of 1939. That's Chamberlain. Like, you're not supposed to... If Putin wants to drive his country into the dirt over a few hundred square miles, go ahead.
Is to secure peace and prosperity for Americans. And so, you know what? I do think many of those military resources being used to protect against an invasion across somebody else's border halfway around the world should be used to protect against the invasion across our own southern border right here at home. And in the meantime, yes, we need to pull Russia apart from China instead of driving Russia further into China's hands. And I think that we have a foreign policy establishment in both parties, frankly, Republican Party and Democratic Party alike.
How the fuck are you gonna say all that shit? Like, that's all it was. Like, this dude just spoke the most Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, fucking, I'm a billionaire, I know business, I know the business version of everything around the planet or whatever the fuck, because I have a few friends around these businesses and I make phone calls, and you know, like, these fucking CEO psychopaths are always so fucking confident, like, they're insane. Like, he thinks he's president. It's so insane, because he doesn't, like, obviously showing how, like, he views the press, like, he's going off on the press. He doesn't realize the role of the press is the people, in a way. So that's why, like, Jim Acosta's just like, yeah, you're talking to people, dude, go ahead. And he's just yelling at us. Like, it's what it looks like, dude. You have a shit delivery, and we're not here to get yelled at, man. Especially by our president. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Behaves as though we're in still the Cold War of the last century, forgetting that the USSR does not exist anymore, and that the real threat we face today is communist China, which is that much stronger when Vladimir Putin is in Xi Jinping's camp.
All right, Vivek Ramaswamy, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much for your...
Ukraine's gonna fight for the next fucking 12 months, or whatever, until, like, in a nightmare scenario, they're gonna be like, Ukraine's fighting in Russia, and he's like, okay, we're gonna negotiate for peace. Alright, we want those parts of Ukraine back. I'm not gonna lie, this guy's a lot, but he's kind of fun to talk shit about, because he's got a content gold mine. Part 2 coming.